The kingdom of God is like treasure hidden in a field. When a man found it, he hid it again, and then in his joy went and sold all he had and bought that field. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a merchant looking for fine pearls. When he found one of great value, he went away and sold everything he had and bought it. Hidden treasure. Parables of the kingdom. Different people will value the same thing differently based on their perspective, understanding, and even appetites. I am reminded of Esau, who came from hunting empty-handed, famished, and hungry. And he made a permanent decision because of his temporary situation. He valued a bowl of stew more than his birthright, which has to do with position, blessing, and inheritance. How valuable is the kingdom of heaven to you? How valuable is the kingdom of heaven to you? What will you be willing to give up for it? What will you be willing to give up for it? Jesus says the kingdom of heaven is like a treasure hidden in a field that a man found, and he went, sold all he owned with joy, and came back and bought the field. I have seen documentaries on gold miners who sell everything and go off on a treasure hunt because they believe that what they will find is worth more than all their belongings. Jesus said that we should love Him more than any other. Do I value the kingdom of heaven more than anything else? Would I be willing to give up everything for the kingdom? Now that's hard. That's a hard question to answer. When you really think about it, the man, when he found the treasure, he went back and sold everything he owned. And he did it with such joy. Then he came back and bought the field that contained the treasure. He gave up what was of low value in exchange for what was of great value. You see, the tragedy is that every so often we do not recognize the value of what we have until it's too late. It's like the old beggar who walked into Shylock's shop with an old-looking violin, which he was willing to exchange for a few pennies. When the Shylock later took a close look at the violin, he discovered that it was a Stradivarius violin worth a fortune. The beggar, being ignorant, exchanged something of great value for a few pennies, and so it is with many in the world today. They exchange the eternal kingdom of God for a few temporary pleasures here on earth. As Jesus said, "What shall it profit a man if he gains the whole world and loses his soul?" Reflections. How valuable is the kingdom of God to you? How valuable is the kingdom of God to you? What are some low-value things that you are setting for at the expense of the kingdom of God? What are some of the low value things that you are settling for at the expense of the kingdom of God? Are you willing to give up all you have for the kingdom of heaven? Are you willing to give up all you have for the kingdom of heaven? Thank you for your prayers and support for this morning devotion ministry. This is courtesy of James Okumu, read to you by Anthony Ogutu.